All right, welcome back to That's What's Up Chicago. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Juwan Bo. Joining us right now is the host of Lovely Nas, my cousin, Nicole Ashley Smith, aka Nas. Now, Nas is the founder and creator of the Kickback Group, and she's a prominent member of different groups like Pit Life and other groups from the past. Now, this segment, we're going to talk about finding love in social media groups. Now, some of you already know that's how Nas met her husband. They was in social media group together, and they dated for 6 years. Then they got married last year. So, Nas, what is your opinion on finding love in social media groups?
So I think I was one of the lucky ones. I will say that. I think you can find love in social media groups, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. And I say that because it comes with challenges. So particularly for my situation, I joined Pit Life Group in 2016, and the president of the group actually happened to be best friends with my husband. And so I came into the group in 2016 as an admin. And, through me joining the group as an admin, obviously I'm spending a lot of time with other admins and the president. And of course, since they're best friends and he was kind of helping him with some of the events, that's how Frank and I was pretty much kind of introduced. But the reason why I say it has its challenges is because I spent a lot of time on the administrative team. And when you're, spending time with the administrative team, you obviously have to welcome new people that come into the group. A lot of men were being added into the group, so we're welcoming them. And then, sometimes people want to have additional conversations, right? So you say, hey, welcome to this group. I'm admin such and such, looking forward to, hearing, you comment on things or share your opinions or share your experiences. And then they look at your profile and they want to have another conversation, or they want to send you a DM. And it's like, that's when it becomes disrespectful to your relationship, because the person who you're dating is also in this group. So it's kind of almost opening the door, for people to want to interact with you. But you kind of put them in a pause, but it kind of puts you in a challenging situation because you're admin as well, too, in my situation at least. So I was walking a fine line because it's like, don't want to be disrespectful to the new members that are coming in. I have to understand they're new members. They don't know that I'm in a relationship with someone that's in the group, but at the same time, you have to be, cognizant of your conversations because you don't want to be disrespectful to your partner. So I was able to, like I said, find love in a social media group. But one of the things that we figured out probably about a year and a half or 2 years into our relationship is that it didn't work for us any longer. So we had to actually remove ourselves from the group that we met in. And we actually ended up starting our own group. But the challenge was that we had more control when it was our own group, as opposed to not really having as much control in the group that we were previously in. So this group was us together. So it was known together that, hey, this is Nicole, this is Frank. We started this group. We're in a relationship. We're together. You come into this group, you're going to respect that. And also, too, with you being kind of the creators of the group, you really have your team, which is kind of at the forefront. So really, I didn't have to do all that interacting with other members that were coming in, and neither did my husband. So we had the administrative team, which were able to kind of take care of that. So that kind of pulled us out of the scene a little bit. And even more now, the group is still going on, but rarely do I post anything in the group. Rarely does he post anything in the group. And I think it's just from a respect standpoint, because social media can really ruin relationships. Some people may, say, hey, why are you liking this person's pictures? Or every picture that this woman posts, you like her pictures. Or every picture that this guy posts, you like his pictures. And so, that comes off of social media and actually into your real day-to-day life and could create a lot of tension in your relationship. And so I feel like it's possible because especially with a lot of the, social groups nowadays, it's not just a social group. It's like you're actually doing activities. So it's not just, the groups back in the day, because I've been in groups for many, many years, but about 7, 8, 9 years ago, they would have huge groups, but they weren't doing events. Whereas now you're starting to see more groups where they're kind of like in silos with where the actual city is. So it's like it's not just a group for just anybody from, anywhere in the world or, the 50 states. It's actually a group that's specific for like Chicago. Like, so, as we know with Pit Life, the Kickback, the Yard, these were all groups that were based in Chicago so that you can have events and you can have people come out and socialize. And so you do actually get to meet people in person and not just, talk with them on social media. So in that aspect of it, yes, that can be good. You can have a lot of friendships that, come out of being in groups. You may find love in the groups. You may find entertainment because you're actually going out with people you feel comfortable with because you talk to them every day in the group. So there are some benefits there, but I think it's a responsibility. Sorry, go ahead.
Let me ask you this one thing. Now, you said you don't recommend people finding love in social groups. Now, there has been some success stories, and there has been some horror stories when it comes to dating in social media groups. Now, when I look at social media dating now, it's I don't know. I feel like it's trend dating. So it's like it's like according to a lot of the posts out there, a lot of men feel like, hey, a lot of women put out there, oh, you gotta be, 6 feet tall, you got a beard and this and that, and and I'm like, that's what you call trend dating. It's like, so a lot of dudes go out there, they feel like to get this girl, I'm gonna grow this beard, I'm gonna do this beard and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's what it's like, that's what your relationship based upon you having a beard, and it's like, I'm an old school type person, and it's like a lot of these people be sending me emojis and shit. I gotta, like research that shit and Google. I'm like, what the hell these emojis mean? It's like a lot of people put too much stock in, like you said, liking pictures. Maybe the person looked attractive and you just put a like on it, or they, or they your friend and you just put a like on it, like me, I put hearts on pictures. That don't mean I wanna date you or doing like that. I'm just like, man, to me, the heart being, man, much love. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, my mentality is old school. And it's like, you have so many women out there, and you have men out there, that's hurt. And it's like, those people that I feel that's hurt, before they get in the dating pool, they need to heal themselves. And they get out there and they feel like they compare the person, the new person to the old person, and that's not fair to the next person. I'm like, hey, I didn't do shit to you. That's that dude,
I agree. You are absolutely right. The dating scene nowadays is confusing. I'm so happy. I say this all the time to my girlfriends. I'm so happy I'm off the dating scene. It was bad when I got off the scene 6 years ago. I'm pretty sure it's even worse now. So I'm thankful to God, for that. But so I know, it's social media gives people this confidence that they can be this person that maybe they were not necessarily before. Like, just think about it. If you come into a social group, you really can be whoever you want to be.
Yes, you can.
If people don't really know you, they don't know that maybe you was the nerd in high school that didn't have any friends that nobody talked to, or, you come into the group, you might be the most popular person in the group.
Like, for example, the 2-drink slut. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 2-drink slut. But people was actually believing that I'm gonna go after 2 drinks. Now, there's a possibility my little slutty ass might go after 2 drinks, but it depends on what day it is and who it is. But
right.
But people, they have this perception of you. He's out there drinking, he get drunk, and he gets slutty. No, actually, 2-drink slut is, when I'm sober, I can't dance worth nothing. I really can't dance when I'm sober. I got 2 left feet. But when I have that second drink on me, I feel that music, and anybody that ever dance with me, they like, man, this, he going. And I'm dancing slutty. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the 2-drink slut come from. Is not because I'm waking up in random hotels. I have woke up in random hotels before. But that's a whole nother subject. But actually, when I do go out, I like to enjoy myself and have fun and dance and let the music take over me. And people, like you said, they put these personas on, and they not actually living that type of life.
Yeah, I think for what you do, it's for fun.
Right.
You are, and I think that's who you are in real life. So you are a funny person. You upbeat. You get people laughing. So I think that fits your personality. But you have some people who really are not in person what they are online. So where it's clearly, if you have any interaction with them in real life, you will be able to tell right away, oh wait, this is not the same person that I talk to online. And so that's why I do feel kind of like with social groups, and maybe a success in a social group relationship, maybe it is a group where there are activities that are happening, within your city, because then it's like you get a chance to actually meet the people, as opposed to if you're in a group where you're mingling with people from all 50 states, and then what's the actuality that you may actually like really be able to, go and fly and meet that person. Now, maybe you may have someone in there that you start chatting with, that you really kind of feeling. And, I guess nowadays with technology, you can do FaceTime, right? So it shouldn't be a catfish situation.
Right.
I don't even see how catfish is even happening nowadays, because with everything Zoom and, FaceTime, and even with Facebook, you can do, a messenger call. You should be able to see face-to-face, who you're talking to. But, that's another topic as well, too. But I feel like with some of the social groups that are local, it gives you an opportunity to mingle with people and to really get to kind of know them. And I feel like you can't really be as fake, right? Because if you attend these events, then people are going to be able to point out right away that you're lying.
Right.
That, but I do feel like it's possible. Did not think for me that I didn't go into social media looking to find anyone, but honestly, the Blue app, and Instagram is pretty much your new dating sites. I don't know, does anybody even use any of the official dating sites anymore? I don't know, was it Tinder was one or something like that? I know they used to have...
I've been using MySpace.
MySpace?
How you still put people in my top 5? No, I'm just playing. But one thing I can say about the social media groups, sometimes you meet some dope friends. I might not have met any love matches or anything like that. But you know what? A lot of that's just me for who what type of person I am. It's like I'm not willing to I be real with you. I got used to being single, and it's like I'm at peace. And it's like when I meet somebody, it's like, will this person? My main thing I think is like, will this person disturb my peace? You see what I'm saying? I've been a husband. I've been alone. My past 2 relationships was combined of 21 years. So I know how to treat a woman, but it's treating that right woman nowadays. And it's like, you go all out for a woman and she don't appreciate it, and all what she really wanted was dick and donuts. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's like that brings the dating standards and the dating pool down just a little bit. You know, because like I said, I'm an old school. I'm a romantic. You know what I'm saying? I believe in date night and stuff like that. Because, you know, back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, when men took women out, we was in competition with our friends who could throw the dopest dates. Now it's like, man, motherfuckers ain't got to do shit. They just say, hey, I'm this person and here's a few emojis and this is who I am. I'm a handsome dude. Let's smash.